My name is Daniel M. Clark. I am a podcaster. I'm at QAQN.com, and this is Affiliate Improv. The idea behind this session is to take audience feedback and participation. We're looking for a product or service that we will take and blow up. We're going to talk about marketing, talk about ideas on how you can get the word out about it, and how to blow it up. Joining me on the stage is Drew Bennett.
Hi, Drew Bennett from BenSpark.com. I'm also from Geek Dads Weekly and RoadToThin.com.
Mike Buechele.
Hey everybody, Mike Buechele. I'm Adalytical.com. It's a performance marketing consulting company. Been in this space for about 10 years. Do a lot of display, a lot of affiliate stuff, and here to share some ideas and help you guys.
Jen Goode.
Hi, I'm Jen Goode from JGoode Designs, and I'm also the newcomer program coordinator for Affiliate Summit, and I'm here to share some insight.
And Wade Tonkin.
Wade Tonkin, I'm from footballfanatics.com. We're the biggest seller of licensed sports merchandise, pretty much anywhere. Been an affiliate manager now for about 11 years, and excited to be here.
Awesome. The way this session came about is back in August, in New York at Affiliate Summit East. Wade, Mike, and I knew somebody who had an idea, and she didn't know what to do with it. So we spent the weekend bouncing around ideas, and the things we came up with were interesting, funny, usable, some of them not so usable, but we ended up coming up with a list of things that she should try. And she's made a go of it and done very well so far with it, I think. So we want to replicate that as a session. So, to that end, my 5-year-old daughter was kind enough to let me borrow her Disney princess bucket.
Sure,
and
it's your daughter's.
in this bowl, I've got casino chips. Each one has a number. And if you participate, you'll get one of these. And I don't mean just say, hi, my name is Frank. No, you're not going to get one. If you participate well, I'll throw you a casino chip. So there's that. Who has an idea for a product that we can blow up?
My name is Frank.
Hi, Frank. Who has an idea? Come on. Energy. Welcome to Affiliate Summit. It's your first session. I want to hear some. Right here.
You want to?
My name's Colin Watts.
Colin.
I sell an electronic cigarette. It's called
Smokebot.
Smokebot.
Okay. Tell us about it.
It's an electronic cigarette.
Okay.
About a year ago, I was a smoker myself, and I had switched to electronic cigarettes.
Okay.
I was looking for, saw the technology out there that they had in the product, but I couldn't find all the technology combined together to create kind of like a super electronic cigarette. So,
Okay.
My dad, my stepbrother, and I created this company to create that product.
Okay. Electronic cigarettes. Who else? You had one?
Nuts. Snackable, like nuts.
Snackable nuts.
Yeah. I'm working with a company that makes all the nuts for Trader Joe's, and they now have one customer, Trader Joe's. Customer concentration risk. They want to go make their own brand. They want to go make nuts and sell them, and so nuts.
All right. Nuts. Who else?
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm the hot dog.
Hi, Rob.
I'm also the sea glass man.
Okay.
My daughter and I make these little earrings,
Nice.
and we've got a website started. We're trying to sell them online.
Okay. Earrings. Cool. Who else?
Keep those to Jen for me.
Oh, all right.
Careful.
Careful.
Lip balm, two-sided. One half is a lip scrub, the other side is a moisturizing balm.
That's unique. I like that. Okay. Write that one down, too. Who else? One more.
Garrett from Zag. We've got a Zag Mate. It's a case, Bluetooth wireless keyboard for the iPad.
Awesome. Okay. Very cool. I'm going to give these to Jen.
Hey, Daniel.
Yo.
Yeah, I got an idea. No.
Okay. Yeah, right?
Those are pretty much product ideas. Do we have anybody who has an idea or like they're passionate about something and they're looking to monetize their passion. You know, like if
Some
there's
kind
a-
of general, kind of a broad idea kind of a thing.
Transformers, or
Yeah,
comics.
yeah, you're really into like Giants football, and you're looking for a
Okay. Anyway, somebody over here had something? What do you got? That's all right, try it.
Hi, my name is Daniel Petley. I'm here to launch offsite backup, data backup, which is there is some of it out there already in the market, but we're coming in with some unbelievable offers for the networks and that. I'm new to this game. We've just developed a product for the last 8 months, a partner now, and yeah, I'd like to take it to the next level through this.
Okay. You got one. You look so passionate about this. I have to talk to you. He's actually standing up.
Okay. I'm working with a company. They're brand new. They've been doing stuff for 8 years. You may have heard of Tijan Noni Juice or Zango. They're not an MLM. They're the guys, a division was made from TNI, Tijan, and then they sold it off to Canada, but it competes with Zango. And so what we thought is that they can't be an MLM, but hey, why not bring it to an affiliate space and offer a lifetime cookie? But if they bring a brand new juice drinker on, has their number on it, and they get 30% for life, retirement income. I think it's a super cool program. Anyway, we're rocking it. Just going to open it up this month.
All right. Okay. Who has a passion? We were talking about things like being really into baseball, being really into stamp collecting, or
vegetarian food.
Vegetarian food. Well, I know where you're going with that.
Hey, Daniel Feinberg here. I love to travel and make status on airlines. I'm a medallion member on Delta. Yeah.
Oh, make status on airlines. Good.
Okay. All right. One more. Oh, I've never been over here.
Well, I'm also known as the hot dog man. My passion is hot dogs, and I have 3 sites, well, more than 3 actually, but 3 successful ones dedicated to that passion. And I've successfully monetized them, and that's why I'm here, is to learn how to make more. How to make
There's a couple
more
ladies up front asking
money.
if you have
In
vegan
fact, one
hot
of your
dogs.
panelists has actually been featured on my site at one point. Drew, before he went on the road to Finn, would knock back a couple of hot dogs every now and again. So.
Road to Thin is a weight loss thing that Drew and I are both doing.
Daniel,
with a
you got
group
one
of
in the
people.
back.
I got one in the back.
Yeah.
What do you have?
My name's Charles of wordful.com, and I've been trying to wrap my mind around how to get a site around surfing. I like to surf, and I just don't know how, I'm just not quite sure how you could monetize that, yeah.
Surfing. All right.
I like that one.
No, it's surfing like,
Yeah, we
you know,
like that
on
one.
actual water. Okay.
Yeah, surfing sounds good.
Yeah. I got one more back here. Hi.
Hi. Okay. My name's Sydney Chase, and guys, don't laugh at me. I'm passionate about teaching people how to treat ailments with natural methods, like through supplementation and eating in a different way, that sort of thing. So could you treat disorders like that?
That's actually very close to what we did in New York with our friend. Okay, so we got everything written down, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, we do. All right.
Do you want me to read it back?
No, I believe you.
No, do you want me to give you the options? Do you want the options?
Yeah, let's see here. How about,
I'm thinking that one.
you guys are looking at that one? I kind of,
Should we do
All right.
a round of applause for?
want to do a round of applause thing? Okay, read them off.
Smokebot. Oh, wait.
Smokebot,
Clap-
anti-smoking,
Clap if you like the
electronic cigarettes. Yeah, few? Okay. All right.
Nuts.
Nuts. Not too much. Okay, all right, we got one. All right.
That guy's passionate about nuts, yeah.
What else we got?
Dad and daughter earrings.
The earrings? Yeah, okay.
Two-sided lip balm.
Two-sided lip balm, right? Yeah, okay.
Keyboard, case and wireless keyboard.
For iPads, yeah.
For iPads.
For the iPad, yeah. A little bit. Okay, good.
Data backup.
The data backup? Not so much? Okay.
I put Django juice. I wasn't grasping.
Okay.
PFT
FT juice, okay.
PFT
Okay.
juice.
Okay. A little bit? Anybody? A little bit? Yeah? Okay.
Travel with status. Earnings.
Travel for status.
The travel for status. Yeah. That was a good one. Okay.
Hot dog guy.
Hot dog guy. Yeah? Hot dogs? Okay.
Surfing.
Surfing? Ah. I think we've hit something there.
And natural remedies.
The natural remedies and... I think surfing beat that out a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, surfing.
Yeah? All right, let's talk about surfing.
Let's talk about
Surfing gets number 5. All right, let's talk about surfing, guys.
All right, so the first thing I'm thinking right off the bat is for content creation. That's one of the things that I do most often is create content, either photographs, audio, video. Daniel and I are on a podcast together. One of the things you could do is start talking to people in the industry of surfing, surfers, people who make boards, and create a podcast where you can just talk to them for about 15, 20 minutes about what they're passionate about and offer that up on iTunes. Just throwing that one out there.
Well, are you looking, I mean, we're going to start this off as a blog about surfing or a podcast. Who's the surfer guy? There you go. Are you, this was one of your passions, right? This is like something that you're trying to do, a blog or something.
Approachable for the average surfer.
So you want it more the average surfer, the everyday guy who wants to get out there on the waves.
That's pretty much most everyone who surfs in the world. So, professionals are, 44 guys in the world are considered professionals. So.
Well, so you want to make it accessible to everybody. So
Yeah.
share that passion with other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't want it to be so glamorous, which is what Surfline is like, that you just feel like you're kind of, you can't really, it's hard to connect.
Surfing for the everyday Joe or Jane, right?
So do we want to start off with generating content, or we want to start on, let's do that.
Well, think of
and then
content
talk about
to-
traffic after that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about content just to, you have something for people to see when they go.
Right.
there.
So
And-
one of the important things to notice is we're talking about content because he wants to talk about a blog. You're not selling products. You're not selling surfboards. You want to talk about
no,
surfing.
it would be not surfboards. Or,
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
But we
I mean,
will talk monetizing.
You could.
Right.
You could.
So that's why we're starting at the content
Right.
end, is
Right,
because
right.
he's starting with a content-based site.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I could be affiliate for clothes or something later, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sports industry, even though the surfing is a niche in there, there's so many opportunities to monetize that.
Let's definitely riff on content first, and we'll get to monetization.
Exactly.
Wade, talk
Yeah.
into the microphone.
Sorry.
No, we'll talk about content first because, I mean, there's got to be something there for people to go to in order for them to come and want to buy something from you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you were to just, put up a bunch of links and put up a bunch of affiliate links and stuff like that,
That's not gonna work,
That's
yeah.
that's not going to work. You got to have something that pulls people in. So if you're approaching it from the everyman, where somebody wants to come in and learn how to surf or just get passionate about surfing, then grab yourself a waterproof camera and a flip cam. Kodak makes a thing called PlaySport, and it's waterproof. Get out there and find people who are surfing that aren't those professionals, but they have things to teach. Everyone has something to teach someone else. And so, you get out there and you talk to the people who are doing it and make it approachable to the people who want to do it. And by seeing their passion, you're going to ignite that in the people who are going to come to your site. So that's just one of the things. Photographs, videos, audio. Audio is so cheap and easy to do. Videos is so cheap and easy to do. Get yourself a YouTube page, Vimeo page. Make sure you shoot some stuff in HD.
I know with surfing, it's a very strong visual element to it. Obviously.
Absolutely.
So photos and video, I think.
It'll be hard to sell surfing without some kind of visual aids
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Do you have a set of blogs and podcasts and whatnot that you check out yourself that aren't Surfline that kind of match up with the
Well,
ones that you like?
Surfline's kind of got it all. They have videos, audio, interviews. Like
Right.
it's almost too much. Like,
But they've got it all from the professional standpoint. They don't get it all from just
Well, they have,
somebody coming in.
user submitted photos and stuff like that, but it's
Right.
not.
Okay.
It's just. I think it's too big. Actually, it's.
Yeah, and I think user
everything.
submission is going to be a good possibility for you as well, because if you can go out there and connect with some other people that are blogging, or people that are jumping on Twitter, or jumping on Facebook and talking about their surfing, getting their stories coming in is not only going to give you more content, it's also going to get them talking about you. And saying, hey, these guys, this guy posted my story over on his new blog, check it out. And so that's going to start to build a little bit of traffic. And if you've got, unique perspectives coming in from other people that aren't pros, I think you're going to get some compelling content there too.
Yeah. Okay. And just another angle too is, women surfers too are a whole different crowd, and that could be another angle too for it. I'm just saying, like, you could, if I needed to, separate, men from women.
See, and that's important that you understand the audience.
Yeah.
So when you're creating the content, understand what your audience, take a look at what your audience is actually looking for, whether it's surfing or not. The information that you're providing, if you're providing video for something that, well, for example, if you're talking about something that's an action-based situation and you're doing it on a podcast and people actually need to see what's up, podcasts aren't the correct content to go with. So with surfing, seeing that visual will make a big difference versus just writing about it or just podcasting about it, because you're adding that aspect to the interaction on the site, which draws in more traffic.
I want to stress something. Audience participation. I don't want people to have to raise their hands. If you have anything, shout it. Seriously. So I know you had something.
What I thought about was, why don't you put up on your content a list of places where the average surfers can go, explain to them what it is, where they're located, what the beaches are, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's sort of a sensitive situation for surfers. They don't want to give away their spots.
So it's kind of like affiliate summits, totally secret. I think you have to give away some of the best spots. Yeah, you could make it so that if somebody comes to your website and you say, I'll tell you the top 10 best spots if you exchange your email for me, and then you start to get, that's what I would do.
Awesome, thank you. How important is
mobilizing and making this available to people on their mobile phones?
That's a consideration. What do you guys think?
It's depending on your demographic. I mean, your surfing demographic is going to be young, going to be heavily young and male, which is a heavily mobile audience. So I think if you can mobilize your stuff, at least have mobile-friendly themes on your blog. That's definitely going to be something that I would put into play.
Yeah. Do we need to take a step back and actually get into like what kind of blog technology you're using? I mean, do you okay? I mean, I don't know if you want to like WordPress or Tumblr or something like that. I don't know how far back we need to go here. Okay, good.
Yeah. Follow up.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you could do like surf reports, mobile.
Right. And I saw up on there's aquabumps.com has this topic nailed. Do a US version. Who wrote that? Would you mind? I know it's kind of anonymous, but is that a UK site or something? Is it not US? Anybody know? No? Okay. You had something.
And something I'm doing right now, as all of you are coming up with ideas and these guys are talking, is I'm writing it down. And when you are brainstorming for your own projects, if you write it down whether it's valuable or not. Like the location suggestion, he immediately said, no, that won't work for what I'm doing. Write it down. So you can go back and look at your list and go, okay, how can I take that and integrate it in a way where it is valuable to my audience, or should I cross it off?
Right, even though we're talking right now about the subject of surfing, you can relay that to whatever your passion is for. So, if you really love cupcakes and you found a great place that makes these amazing cupcakes, you can send out a tweet from where you're at, take some photos, do a video of you taste testing the cupcakes or something like that. Just relate it to your own niche. All of these steps for content creation and ideas for blogging, they can be applied to everything. And I just want you, so that we're not totally focusing on that one specific subject. I mean, we're using that as a jumping off point. And also, as far as any participation, can anyone think of other ways, for creating content that would be a good thing that could help promote a product or promote a niche or your passion? So. Okay, product reviews. Product reviews are good. Yep. Anyone else?
This is just a point back on the geographic location. Some really good success I've had in my site is actually using the IP address that somebody logs in as to provide weather information, location information, especially for surfing. If you're going to make it accessible for beginners, if when they log in they see immediately a map of their surroundings, it presents familiarization to them, especially with current weather and surf as well.
So using geolocation specialization,
yeah,
stuff like that. Okay.
Good stuff. You had something too?
Yeah.
So whether it's surfing or it's cupcakes or it's whatever, there are always going to be people who are interested in your topic but aren't necessarily sure how to start. And with surfing, there are probably a lot of, and I know this for a fact, there are a lot of people around the country who run surf schools, and they have a lot of content that's free and available about surfing, right? Or cupcakes or whatever it is. So find the people that are teaching how to bake or teaching how to surf and start to make relationships with them, because those are the people that are going to educate the people you're bringing in, right? They're not professionals. So why not learn from people who are teaching beginners, right?
Right, and those people are going to have quality content, and they're going to be more than happy in most cases to share it as long as you're pushing people back their way.
And sometimes you can take your content the other direction and offer to guest post for sites like that to create backlinks to your site.
Yeah, absolutely. Guest posting, that puts you out there as a thought leader, where people will read your ideas on a whole different audience that you could draw back to your own site.
I know you guys can't really see it, but up on the screen they're mentioning things like eHow, crowdsource content through mobile media by incentivizing user actions. Good stuff.
Is when they're go local, getting in touch with your local base. As far as, I'm part of a group called Boston Media Makers, and also we have a group called Southern New England Media Makers, where people who are working in the content creation side, whether they're filmmakers or they're photographers or they're bloggers, podcasters, they get together and just share ideas. So one of my friends, he likes to say that, you can either be the guy with the football or the person who organizes the game. So if you don't have a group around, you can organize one and get people so that you can share ideas with other people for and that creates some content too.
Well, we didn't start to talk about social media and how we could start getting that now. I mean,
No.
One of the things I was thinking about when you brought up other ways of getting content out there is Facebook fan pages or groups, about your site and about surfing as well. Just another outlet to get more traffic to your site.
And something like that, share the, you have different ways to display the stream. If you display the stream so it's friends and yourself as you're posting, it'll encourage the page visitors to interact with the page, as opposed to just sharing your announcements. Share what other people have to say about what you're talking
Interaction really is key when it comes to social media, right? If you're just broadcasting, people tend to tune you out. So interact.
We do a lot of YouTube advertising, and I'm not really a surfer, but probably the only surf stuff I've ever seen is like gnarly 40-foot wave crashes, and that's what the younger generation, they want a shock factor, they want a wow factor, and that stuff just gets gobbled up on YouTube. So if you can incorporate stuff like that into your site, leveraging YouTube's user base with that type of shock factor, you would get just enormous amounts of views by leveraging those keywords on YouTube with the shock factor.
You have a video like that and then have a post about how to do something like this without getting killed.
That raises a very good point, though. No matter what your product is, you got to define your demographic. And if your demographic skews young, you got to think of ways to, shock is a good word, but not exactly what I'm thinking of. And I'm blanking on the exact
Create
way.
attention.
The wow
You got to wow them, right? You got to wow the young people because they've got everything out there competing with them for the wow, right?
You got to wow those young kids.
Yeah, exactly, those
You
youngsters.
gotta wow even the old folk.
Any concept we're talking about and how does it go
Mhm.
necessarily have to be people dying over the course of,
Right. You can have a site about cupcakes as long as it wows people.
anything that goes wrong that's
Right.
funny can have humorous elements.
Right. Think of Will It Blend?
Well, think of cake wrecks. You know, people submit pictures of like the atrocious cakes that they see in stores, or people
Right.
create something, and some of them come out, you know, very, very funny. So you tap into that collective consciousness of people, of things that they can relate to. You know, everyone's seen an atrociously done birthday cake or something like that,
Yes.
or something was spelled wrong. You know, they put that out there. So you're showing the funny and what was wrong in it. Yeah.
I just think it's the NASCAR mentality. You know, you're watching for the.
You're waiting
watching
for the wreck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. What you got?
Well, building on what he said, if you wanted to, you could create like a community and then have people submit their own wipeouts and stuff, because that would get people, not just wipeouts, but also, you know, if they had a success or whatever. And also, I think someone mentioned like doing wave types, like pushing out like what the surf report is. And if you can't build a mobile thing, you can always use Twitter to do that, to push out like, you know, surf's really good in X location or whatever.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, one in the back there.
And this goes back to using geolocation for things like that. Absolutely. What you got? Yeah, I know it's you again. It's all right.
And something else that creates the conversation that you want for your content is if you bring up topics that allow the audience to talk about themselves. And not saying people are self-centered and only want to talk about themselves, but if you add the personalization and the you to it, people are going to go, oh yeah, I get that, or oh yeah, I've done that, or oh my gosh, whatever, and they will be more apt to respond to it because they can relate to it.
Yeah, encouraging your audience to share their story.
Right.
It's funny you would say that. My suggestion would be having some sort of competition for viewer-submitted content, such as, hey, create a tutorial, show me your best surfing move, and step by step, tell us how to do this. Now go out and do it. I'm sorry?
Give her a chip, Daniel. Give her a chip.
Give her a chip. Thanks. And, all right, and the last part about it would be this. Okay, when you have the winning content, you post it up, and then you do a press release on the story. And you might get it picked up. Like I did a story last week, USA Today picked it up, and we just want a little bit of traffic. So, make them famous.
Yeah, absolutely. It can make you famous. The traditional media, the press, can be a big help. Excuse me, I didn't mean to step on you. If you're not familiar with Help a Reporter Out, Harrow, Peter Shankman's company, it's excellent for getting into the...
and Blogger Link Up.
Right, yeah.
Everyone's talking about YouTube. I submit to you that there's probably a lot of that content already out there from the demographic you're looking for. I'm thinking of a student of mine who is a skateboarder, who doesn't have a blog, doesn't have a website, doesn't really have a clue, but he can skateboard like crazy. And he's got 200 videos up on YouTube. I bet you there's more than one surfer out there like that. Maybe you reach out to them and say, I've selected you to be on my site, or whatever. These 15, 16-year-old kids who are doing this love that type of exposure.
No, I read up on the screen just a minute ago. Is it still up there? It's not still up there, but it said surfers are not just young people. I completely agree with that, and I hope we didn't make that. I hope we didn't put that out there like it's only young people or something, because lots of boomers are out there, absolutely. So I think what we were getting at with that is that defining your demographic and then targeting that demographic with what they want is the key. So let's go over here.
Taking it one step further with the YouTube example, you could easily offer that kid, $25 to post an affiliate link on there as well. So it's a great way to use that viral content to your advantage, but he still retains the rights to it.
Awesome.
Hey, so Danny, we got a lot about content we've been talking about now, all the different ways to build the content, to build out what you got. But I think the purpose of getting that surfing site done was to make some money. Yeah. So that's pretty much why we're here. Yeah, so maybe we should start. Yeah.
And then we'll do monetization.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to build on this lady's comment about contests. One of the coolest things we did when we ran a contest was we incentivized the share aspect of the contest. So, you know, if you're giving away surfer stuff or something like that, what you do is you say, we'll give you an extra entry if you share it on your Facebook. And we saw a massive amount of people sharing it on their Facebook because they wanted that extra, you know, entry into the contest. So incentivizing the share or social aspect through Facebook and Twitter, it blows up. So incentivizing the share in a contest situation or in other situations, if you can incentivize a share, it blows up. It's huge.
Which is pretty easy to track if you give clear instructions to the users. I mean, on a standard mom and pop type blog, just giving instructions of use this phrase in your Facebook post, it's really easy to search through and find those kinds of comments so that you can give them the extra entry.
Okay, we've talked a lot about generating content. Let's talk about monetizing some of it. We heard a lot up front, I think, about video and podcasting. Let's talk about audio and video. Drew, you're kind of an audio video guy. Let's start off with you.
Well, for monetizing it?
Yeah, for monetizing audio and video.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if you make enough videos and they get a lot of views on YouTube, then you can share some of the revenue that is garnered for advertising. There's different versions of that, and put me right on the spot.
I know I did. I put him right on the spot.
Like people, I do videos for companies. Like some of the things I do is like companies ask me to review things, and I'll get paid for doing some of that.
But you put videos on your blog, and you monetize your blog.
And I monetize my
So
blog.
how would you do that?
Thank you. Thank you for putting me back on track. All right.
This is why I have a team of people on the stage, and not just me.
So let's say
let's assume
somebody really
we're
wants to
starting a
know
blog
about
with videos
something.
as the content.
Okay. So one of the most searched terms on my site is for how to find the URL of a tweet. Okay, a lot of contests, they ask you to tweet out a phrase and then give them the link to that tweet. And so I wrote an article on just how to find that. Now, if you do that on a video, like a screencast, just these simple questions that you might ask yourself. If you come across a question that you ask yourself, that you have to ask Google and go find, once you find the answer to it, then create a video answering that question and make it as simple as possible for people to find that answer. Because if you're asking that question, I'm sure other people are asking that as well. So that would be a thing.
So doing that, no, I said ooh.
Okay.
So doing that, one idea going back to the whole location, surfers like to keep their best spot secret. That might be a question somebody is asking a lot on Google is what's the best place to surf, you know, in wherever. Instead of answering it with an actual location, find a video of that location without actually giving directions, but actually giving footage of
Give
people
clues.
surfing that. So you're sharing it, but you're not necessarily giving away the whole secret, and that could create some good interest.
Yeah, not giving away the whole secret is the secret.
And then that can bring in some options in terms of local advertising. It also can bring in some options in terms of like travel affiliate programs.
Right.
That kind of opens up the door for a bunch of different monetization possibilities.
Yeah, this is the area when you start talking to the affiliate networks to see what kind of, you can start making a list of different kinds of products or services that would be available or make sense with your content. You know, if you have a blog about surfing, okay, just take some time.
You've got apparel, you've got travel, you've got
Exactly.
equipment, you've
Making
got
beer.
Making beer.
No, actually, I did that. I bought a makebeer.net kit, and I videoed myself making the beer.
And you travel with it?
I don't travel with the beer, no.
You don't surf with the beer?
I don't surf with the beer.
Well, you could surf with the beer, but
that'd
that'd
be
be a little
quality,
dangerous,
yeah.
I'd think. But
could
that
use-
would make for some really compelling video.
Right.
Yeah.
Make beer, get drunk, go surfing.
So
Don't
again-
Post
be
a
like
viral
this
video.
guy. Yeah.
Again, brainstorm different ideas of what goes along with your product or service to fit into your site, and that's where you can tie in the affiliate marketing. I mean, even food would work with surfing. What food travels well,
Absolutely.
you
Yep.
could take to the beach.
Take to the beach, make
And
on the
this-
beach.
And this is also when you're looking for products and services that fit your content, then you're looking at the affiliate networks out there, and then you're going to be dealing with the affiliate managers there. And these are people who know their stuff very well, depending on what network you go with.
Right.
But they know their products very well. They know the merchants very well. You can show them what kind of content you have and what's the best way to monetize this. And say, look, I got 1,000 hit uniques a day on this one surfing site I have. With this kind of content going on, what do you think? What kind of products here do you think I could show with this, or link to, or talk about, or write about, and have an affiliate link there?
And then build a relationship with the merchants of those products
Right.
and services, because they then know that you've got your site. When something new comes about, or they have a special offer, or they've got some special news to share, you're going to be one of the first on the list. So you've got the information on your site before the next guy.
We have a few things back here from a
Yeah.
few people, so let's talk to some people.
Video, podcasting, and audio actually present a double monetization opportunity. You can get sponsorship for the video, and the link displayed in the sponsorship is actually your affiliate link. So you've got the double whammy. You've got one, being paid by the sponsor, and two, earning affiliate commission through the link that you've provided.
That's actually a strategy that I'm looking into for my own website right now. Being a podcaster, being able to get paid on each, yeah.
I was just going to say, that's to go out and create new relationships with surfing product merchants or whatever. I think would be key, because I don't think there's a lot of or too many established affiliate relationships with people who are selling surfing items.
Not surfing specifically, but traveling to surfing locations.
And having a
or-
relationship with your affiliate manager or with a merchant is absolutely key. I mean, you can get a commission bump just by talking to them once. I mean, some of these companies. So,
Right.
What you got?
And as an affiliate manager, we definitely do value actual content, because working the long tail is great. Having an ongoing discussion happening, that means somebody that's going to be a steady source of traffic and revenue for me as an affiliate manager. So if you're going out there developing solid content, building a good audience, and you come to me and say, hey, I want to work with you, chances are I'm going to find a way to get you some gift certificates or to get you some product to review, because I want that conversation to include my merchant.
Yeah, and there's another way that you can, monetize it would be just to sell, banner advertising.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know what the products are in that industry, but like Quicksilver or guys like that, they're probably even on Commission Junction. And if not, then you could sell advertising, to those guys. But the main thing with that is that they're gonna want to see that there's a lot of viewers and a lot of traffic on your site. And I mean, you could go into, I don't know what your level is or whatever, but go into Google keyword research and Market Samurai and find what people are looking for in your industry, and then write an article, based on those keywords, and get them ranking and start getting some interest.
Yeah, that's the other type of. I mean, there's many different ways of monetizing, but the two specific ways that I see that we've been talking about. One, of course, with affiliate links into affiliate commissions. The other one is your actual inventory on your page. You have an impression inventory there, which you can also monetize, which through banner and display and things like that. Right. There are plenty of networks you can join for that if you just want to use some kind of network to put whatever keyword related banner there as well. You can sell direct, like if there's a merchant out there, maybe a local merchant or something wants to whatever kind of daily uniques you have on the site. The site is growing. It's going to depend on what that inventory is worth, and that's just another way to go about stuff.
It's important to integrate tracking with your site if you're going to really be able to monetize well, because you have to be able to know not only which pages are getting the most traffic, but be able to analyze it to the point that you can duplicate the top performing content.
I've got a follow-up for that in just a moment, but let's talk to...
Hi, Sam Kimbriel with the Click and Call Network. One of the things that we feel like is so important is that you take services and turn them into products. So have a service like a training video. Find 10 surfers that are in your area that are even unknown, but have some notoriety for their surfing, and then have them teach 3 or 4 different techniques each. And so entering the wave or bringing the wave to a close. Whatever that is that you can kind of turn into a training video and then have that as a pay-per-view kind of a service. Or give people sort of a gold, silver, platinum, for instance.
Like a membership of some
there you go.
sort?
Yeah,
Right.
like a membership site.
The other thing is take products that somebody else has and rebrand them under your logo, so that you start to create not just the brand of your site, but you also start creating a follow-up brand of products that you bring in from China or wherever. Start with small, inexpensive products, and then start moving towards surfboards.
And you can also create a drop ship relationship.
There you go. And with a fulfillment company behind it who can pull those products in and then send them out. You never even touch the products. You don't have to have a bunch of them in your garage that way.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. One more.
All right, so also, in terms of monetization, you can also, your site might have to be somewhat big to do this, but if you can partner with surf shops in areas where you have high traffic, wherever that may be, California, Hawaii, if you can check your analytics, and then have like a directory of coupons where that way you can prove, that way the person can prove that, they got the coupon from your site and you can get a commission off that if they went into the surf shop.
I would suggest that you don't necessarily need to be big to do that, though, because if you go to places like Florida, Hawaii, California, there are dozens of surf shops, big and small, all up and down the coast. My wife used to surf.
We've even
There
done
are a
that
lot.
same concept with my son's baseball team, trying to fundraise with a local restaurant, giving a portion of the meal funds to the school. So you don't have to be a big company to build that kind of a relationship to create the deals for your users.
Right.
And if you're working that local angle, like you were talking about, I built a business that was a website that did online play-by-play for high school sports. Obviously, at that point, we're working with a lot of small local merchants. To those guys, ROI is everything, because it might not sound like a lot, but to say, hey, you guys should give us $500 a month for us to put your ads in our broadcast. Well, if we can link that back to actual sales, if we get a restaurant that comes in and buys, and we can say, hey, we put a coupon up on the site, and 25 people redeem that, your average order is $50. So was that a positive ROI thing for you or not? So getting back to the tracking, like Jim was talking about, if you can tie this all back into results, it can be pretty amazing. If you really seize on a community like that.
There's a question up here on the screen, and I'm sorry if I've missed any good questions because I'm kind of wandering around, but how do you sell banners directly and know what to charge? That's awesome. That's a great question.
How many people have a media kit on their blogs?
Right.
So that, a work with me, so that if an advertiser finds your blog, people who are interested in the content are going to find your blog, so people who want to advertise are probably going to find your blog too. Do you have something there for them to say, okay, this is the rates that are charged. I have a great link, and we'll get that out. We'll get that out with some of the notes. I don't have it off the top of my head, but there was an ebook that I downloaded just recently. I was talking about how to create a nice media page, how to work with me page.
Right. So. As far as knowing what to charge, look at your competitors, see what they're doing. If you've got anybody in your space who is selling banner space on their site, find out how much they're charging, and then use that as a jumping off point.
You can always do this. It may sound a little shady, but I'll let you know. You can always call up your competitors and just say, hey, I'm looking to buy some space on your site.
Right.
What would you charge?
Or you can check like Blogvertise, there's networks that do that. You can see what they're charging. They'll publish the rates that they're charging on their sites.
Yeah. And don't immediately undercut all the things you find, because that doesn't mean that you're going to get the deal.
Right.
Or what?
How many of your sites were mobile in 2010?
Does it count on an iPhone?
Yeah, mobile.
Well, my site's not mobile, but it's formatted for mobile. So if you're working with a WordPress, is WP Touch allows you to make it mobile, so it's quickly and easily loaded for somebody on the mobile market. But specifically mobile, no.
No, I don't either. I buy media through mobile. A big part of my business is actually not related to content. It's related to media buying. So last year I just started using mobile as a media buy traffic source. So I don't have any content sites out there specifically for mobile.
Yeah, this year, 2010 worldwide, is the first year that more web views and more view of digital data is done on mobile screens than all other screens combined.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, mobile is blowing up, that's for sure. You had something?
Yeah. I hope there's no one from Google here. But you can go and see, there's different tools that Google has to see what people pay for clicks for their keywords, okay? And then you see look for people in your space that you want to sell to that are spending a lot on Google. You can do that either by publishing on your own site or by looking at other sites in the niche. Then you go to them directly, and I pick up the phone, I'm old-fashioned that way, and say, listen, I know what you're spending for a click on Google, and I know you're getting, this many. Some of it you have to kind of invent as you go along, but you can get a lot of information from that tool. And that's how you can figure out where the value is for the advertiser and where you can price that banner. Is if you know someone's spending $1.50 a click for this keyword, and you're going to have, if you were going to have that Google code on your site, and and you would expect this many clicks or whatever, you can go to that advertiser and say, hey, I know it's costing you, $37.50 a month to have your ad to click through on a site like mine. I'll give you the banner spot, which is bigger. It's going to be more visible for, $40. I don't know, whatever, but it gives you a starting point. And I've just started doing that, and I've been successful with it on my sites.
Yeah, 2 chips. There you go.
Daniel, real quick, there's
yeah.
I think we have 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left. What I was thinking we'd do now is let's talk about step 1, step 2, step 3. I know Jen's been taking really good notes, right?
They're really great,
They're
all over
really
the place
awesome
notes.
notes. Right, we're gonna.
Well, yeah, I think we.
Exactly. We're gonna. What I want to do is I want to say we're gonna stick with the surfing, and I want to know what's step 1, Wade.
It's finding
Yeah,
your.
finding. We got surfing, so
We got surfing.
Do you have a domain yet, or are we starting from ground
Do you have a
zero?
domain, or do you starting from ground zero? Do you have a domain? Yeah, he's got a domain. Okay.
Yeah, I think we got,
Yeah, we got that.
Domain, we got the WordPress, whatever.
WordPress.
He's there.
He's gonna do a blog.
So you find your topic, you find your domain,
Yep.
and then you have to decide what you're going to do with it. And in this case, it's content.
Content. Okay. Once we decide on that, we go into
We figure out where we're getting our content, and we go through all those steps.
audio and video. Where do you go to post your videos? There's lots of choices. And you don't have to stick with just one.
Well, you also don't want to.
YouTube is the obvious choice, but there's dozens of others.
Yeah, there's Vimeo, Vidler. Those are some good ones. With Vidler, you can actually brand your videos so that there's the little watermark on the bottom left or bottom right can be your own there. So that's one of those other ones. If you're going to do live streaming video, there's Quick.
There's Ustream.
Ustream.
Yep.
There's plenty of smaller ones that just came out too. I've been fooling around with it.
Right.
Really cool.
There's also Tube Mogul, which will submit all of your videos. I just took your answer, didn't I? You did. I'm sorry.
Give her a
it'll
chip.
submit your video to all these other sites. You get a chip anyway.
Tube Mogul's good, and if you're doing things like if you use Pixel Pipe allows you to send out pictures or audio or video in one shot. So if you're doing something with audio, shoot it out through Pixel Pipe. If you're doing it with photographs, Pixel Pipe. It'll bring it to all those different social networks where you are. And that's another thing. We haven't really talked too much about that, social networking. So if you've got that domain name, keep your branding across things like Twitter and Facebook. Just keeping that branding consistent.
I actually changed my branding I had my name on Twitter as Daniel M. Clark, and I changed it recently to QAQN because I'm trying to make a consistent brand. Yeah, that is important. And so I think step 2 or 3, whatever number we're on, is get your user accounts set up at YouTube, Vimeo.
Well, you've got to figure out what your vehicle for distribution is. How are you getting that content out there, and then get your usernames for those locations.
Yes.
So if you're going to use Facebook, if you're going to use Twitter, whatever you're going to use,
right.
You have to determine, according to the content you have, what the best vehicles are to reach the audience you're trying to reach.
and then go and get
Good
your
setup.
usernames and
Yeah,
all your
one-
accounts set up.
Yeah, one important thing is that you can't dictate how somebody's going to consume your content. They'll find it in many different ways. So making it accessible in those multiple ways. So, for example, the mobile idea. If your blog is formatted or your site is formatted for a regular browser on a computer, that's probably not going to load up very quickly on a mobile phone. So being able to format it so that it does load up quickly. Because your users, they might read your blog or your content through email. They might read it through their phone. There's so many different ways that they can consume it, but make sure that you provide them those ways that they can consume it.
One thing I've learned as a podcaster especially, and I know this applies a lot for video producers as well, you don't know where people are going to get your content from, like Drew said. It might be iTunes, it might be your website, it might be an RSS feed, it could be anywhere. So keep all of that in mind when you're deciding where to go and where and how to post things. Don't make any assumptions, I think, is the key there.
Yeah, one thing I'll just add quick to that is I'm also thinking sales funnel and traffic funnel, where I'll have all these things out there, but I want them to, I want to make money. I want them all to come into the place where I can make the sale. So what I would do quick, and I don't think I mentioned this when we were talking about audio. You can put in a quick little mini kind of commercial in there, like for more information on this, go to whatever, and that is your landing page. That is your sales page, and you can put that into your audio. You can put that into your video.
Learn how to use redirects, absolutely,
Yeah.
because I can say during a podcast, visit QAQN.com/whatever and bounce that through an affiliate network and set the cookie that way. So learn how to use, if you don't know, learn how to use redirects that way. You can throw those into videos, audio, anything like that where people aren't going to see the written word.
What was next?
What was next?
I've got setup tracking, and then
Tracking.
and then decide on your monetization angles.
What do you guys like for tracking services?
I just switched to Google Analytics. I was using a company called Get Clicky for a long time, which I absolutely loved. But the more sites I added, the more expensive it got.
Okay.
So
Wade, what do you use?
I'm finding Google's
Google
good.
Analytics.
Analytics, Mike?
I use analytics. I'm very big in the ad serving world. So
Okay.
I use a lot of different ad servers.
Drew?
Google Analytics.
Analytics. I use analytics. Anybody else use anything besides Google Analytics or Get Clicky? I use performance metrics. Okay. Stat counter.
Yep.
Anybody else? Anything? A site, was it Site Catalyst? Okay. Core metrics. Okay. Sorry? Kiss metrics? Kiss metrics. Okay. That's a new one for me. All right.
I know them from something. The word probably on Twitter or something. All right, never mind.
All right, so after you set up your tracking, we got to figure out how we're going to monetize things. What are some of your favorite affiliate networks to use, merchants, keeping in mind the surfing angle if you can?
Share a sale.
Share a sale.
The key is going to be, can you find an affiliate manager at the network that's going to work with you to find what you want? Jason at Share Sales, awesome in terms of giving him a call and saying, hey, can we spend some time? I've got this site. I want to build it out. He'll sit down with you and whiteboard it and say, hey, these are the merchants we have that are a direct fit. And then these are some peripheral things as well, because you don't want to limit yourself. You don't need, if you're doing a surf site, you just don't need to just be selling surfwear or surfboards. Surfers buy cars, surfers buy coffee, surfers buy all kinds of stuff, and you just need to know overall, what kind of products might be in the mix.
Jen, I know you use CJ for a few things, right? Commission Junction?
I use CJ quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
One of my niches is I deal with penguins. I have a site that's just all penguins. So it's very hard to find products with one merchant. No one merchant has a load of penguins. So I tend to work with a bunch of different merchants. And in that case, I actually use a third-party system called Pop Shops that lets me, I use it more for searching than anything because I can plug in a keyword and it'll give me all the merchants with their products that fit my keyword. And that allows me to then go research those merchants and figure out, well, do I want to work with that one? What else do they have? And build the relationship that way.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a data feed kind of thing, and there are some companies out there that you can use for a data feed. Is just, if anybody doesn't know, it's an auto-generated catalog. I mean, you can just get a page of all these products that are available under whatever keywords you use. And there are companies, third-party companies out there that you can use to find other merchants and use their feeds. Pop Shops is one.
Skimlinks.
Skimlinks
For
is
content
one.
sites is
Yeah.
awesome.
Data Feed with an R at the end, without
Right.
the is another good
Feed R,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give a little shout out to Eric Nagel. He's got ericnagel.com. He has a fantastic series of posts on how to build a data feed.
Yeah,
Definitely
and
check that out.
It doesn't have to take a long time either. I mean, you can literally, if using like Data Feeder or some of the other tools, you can build a data feed-based site in 15 minutes.
Right.
You know, 15, 20, 30 minutes maybe,
Right.
depending on what kind of shape the feeds
My
are in.
mom could not
Yeah.
build it in 15 minutes.
And then
Yeah.
you take that site that you've built in 15 minutes and flesh it out with customized articles that you've written, unique articles that you've written, things like that to make it.
Yeah.
You can't just throw up a data feed site and expect it to perform well, obviously, because it's
Right.
there's
One
a
the
million
cool-
of them out there.
She mentioned Pop Shops. One of the cool things
Yeah.
about Pop Shops is you can modify the descriptions.
Right.
And so
Right.
you can go in there and say, hey, I want to sell these 15 products, and you can go through and rewrite the descriptions, give your recommendations, give your reviews,
Right.
stuff like that.
And then you update it through their system instead of your own.
Right.
Exactly.
You can.
We got 5 minutes. Mike, you said you looked like you
Wait,
want to
do you
say
wanna know
something.
what's next on the
Well, I was
list?
going to say, since we're also talking about the data feeds, what's really important about dealing with the affiliate networks out there, which we also brought up, we'll just say it again, find really good affiliate managers to work with at these networks. I mean, Wade brought up ShareASale. Jason from ShareASale is absolutely tremendous to work with. I work with that's the CPS model, 'cause we're kind of talking about physical products here. There's also the CPA stuff, so they're great account managers and affiliate managers to work with there. Again, just show them what you're doing, show them the kind of traffic you got. As a media buyer on my end, I'd be very interested in on your demographics. I want to know what kind of people are going to your site. You know, the male, the gender, how much money are they making? If I can get any kind of information from that as a media buyer.
What can people use to get that?
Huh?
What tools can people use to get that?
A lot. It depends. Now we're talking about a lot of other companies out there. There's a lot of B2B companies out there that could fit something like that. You know? You got your hand up.
Yep.
Yeah, I think what you're referring to and what you guys missed a little bit is lead acquisition.
Lead acquisition.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
To get that kind of information, you need to acquire the leads of that.
Yeah. Right.
And it's part of your biggest part of your monetization strategy.
Yeah.
Acquire the lead, loyalty, retention.
Yeah, that would be like a local angle I'd be looking for to get. If there's a local surf shop looking to get customers, I would try to work some kind of lead gen thing with them on my site with them.
Even when you're talking about monetization on your own site, loyalty is about 30% of revenue for e-commerce site. So
Right.
direct marketing and so on, that's what generates a lot of revenue.
I hate to cut everything off, but we're out of time, guys.
Wow.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very
I
much.
hope it was helpful. Yeah.
Thanks everyone who participated. That was great. If you want to drop a business card with us, we're going to type up all of these notes that we made and send them out. We will not put you on a mailing list, I promise.
And it won't be surfing specific, it's just a general.
It won't be surfing specific. It'll be general tips and tricks and ideas that we came up with during the session here. So come on up, talk to us, say hi. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good summit.